I had several bad encounters. I'm struggling in Taiwan, so I'm surviving, busy with surviving, a lot of hustling, a lot of side works.
Hello,
Hi,
may I ask what's your name, where do you come from, and what do you do here?
my name is Natalia. I'm from Russia, and I came here 2 years ago to study here in master's degree at the National Sun Yat-sen University. Yeah, Zhongshan Daxue, Kaohsiung.
There are many other universities around the world in other countries. Why Taiwan?
In Moscow, I studied 4 years of Chinese language in my college during my bachelor's degree, and then when I started working, I kind of lost all of my Chinese because because my work just wasn't connected to Chinese at all, just with English. So, and during the pandemic, I was like, it's now or never. let's move to China. And of course, no China happened at that time. So I started to look around, and I found Taiwan. Yeah, and I applied for scholarship, MOE scholarship, and that's how it happened.
Before coming to Taiwan, while you were in your country, what did you hear about Taiwan? What did you hear about Taiwan?
My college degree is actually Asian and African countries. And yeah, so we studied the region in general. I guess we had one lecture on Taiwan, so Russian people are not really knowledgeable, are not exposed to Taiwanese culture in general, so I didn't know much. I knew some especially historical facts about how people from China get here, right? So of course how the war happens and everything which happened after 50s, and yeah, but really general knowledge, nothing special.
Do you have friends here in Taiwan?
Oh, lots of friends, yeah.
And how do you make friends here?
With Taiwanese people, it's really hard to make friends, I believe, because I don't know, maybe they're a little bit scared of foreigners, I feel like. So it's not generally you cannot just go on the street and meet Taiwan people and just be, hey, let's be friends now. That's not how it happens. So I make friends through language exchange because my primary goal here is to bring up my Chinese, So yeah, I just posted on Facebook, can you guys meet me? I'm Russian, I can teach you Russian, you teach me Chinese, that's the deal. And people agree, a lot of nice people agree, and they we meet every week or bi-weekly, and yeah, that's how you make friends.
Nice. After you graduate, do you want to continue staying here, or what's your future plan?
So my dream is to stay here for sure. 2 years were basically my ideal life here. So I just want it to stay like this. It proved to be really hard, but I'm not giving up.
Currently, other than studying, what do you do?
The situation was I'm struggling in Taiwan. Of course, the first thing is about money. It's always about money. As an immigrant here, you always need to worry about how you are supposed to get a job, and this job also needs to provide you a visa. So this is a huge background stress always for me, because I know the moment I graduate, the clock starts and the clock counts exactly 1 year for me to find a job. So this is a background stress always. But currently, so I've been an MOE student for 2 years, right? And I was I received scholarship for 2 years, but no more, because it's my 5th semester. So I paid for 1 more semester, and that's not a huge amount of money, but that's substantial for someone who doesn't work full-time or part-time, right? And then now I don't have scholarship, and now I need to survive, and now I need 1 million part-time jobs, and it can be hard, especially in the beginning, to find one. It's always good when you have one stable place for you to work and get stable salary and everything, but it's not the case with me. I don't know, I just applied for so many works, but I had really little luck. I don't know what's wrong. I have like a lot of hope in Taiwan. I have a lot of like hope that Taiwan is better than this. So yeah, no, I think if I ever haven't got something here, like I am so versatile, right? I like to take part in many activities. If I don't get into some program, or if I don't get into some like placed in some kind of, I don't know, championship or wherever, it's not because of the nationality, I believe. Yeah, life is not always those rainbows and unicorns, but we're fighting. I mean, my savings are not gonna last, and that's like always constant background stress, you know, and like not the presence of your relatives here in like beside you also adds up. But life seems tougher than it is sometimes. I'm surviving, busy with surviving, a lot of hustling, a lot of side works, side jobs, modeling, teaching sometimes Russian.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope it gets better. Life in Taiwan is so much better for me emotionally than it was in Russia. So like any amount of challenge Taiwan offers for me, I'm ready to accept, I'm ready to face. If you guys are Taiwanese people in the comments, maybe you can share. I'm open for any work, like where they need English speaking person or Russian speaking person, which is unlikely, but still, if you guys need someone, hit me up. But anyways, yeah, English speaking, Russian speaking, also Chinese, and understanding Chinese person. Yeah, so that's my plan, finding job probably.
All right. If there is anyone out there who needs a Russian or a beautiful lady here, Natalia, just hit her up. You said you want to stay in Taiwan. Taiwan is your dream. What do you like most about Taiwan?
Basically weather, because you guys know what Russian weather is like. -20, -25, and
Wow,
that's rough. Oh my god, I don't know who told you this, that Russian people are super tough. I'm not tough at all. I'm like crying baby when it hits -5. I just don't want to leave my house, you know, my home, and my skin starts crackling on the hands and cracking on the hands and everything. I need something where they speak Chinese here, and where they have ocean here, and where there are, I really like small land, because Russia is so huge and it intimidates me easily, you know. I don't know what's wrong with that, but I really like how Taiwan is really small, but also really versatile, so you can like also really different. You can go to different places and see different people. Also culture is really diverse, friendly people, also a lot of opportunities.
What is one or two main cultural difference between Taiwan and Russia?
In everyday life, I feel like people here are more relaxed and also really friendly. So I had like different occasions when I was visibly struggling on the street, for example with U-Bike, something didn't work out, and people just come to me like, hey, do you need help? Like in Chinese or English, or just with gestures they were trying to help me, you know. And I don't feel like that would happen in Russia. I feel like if you ask for help, Russian people will definitely help you, but I don't feel like we are open enough as a nation. I don't know, that sounds terrible, but also I don't feel like that's in our culture to just approach people like this. Maybe because we think it's rude or something, but for any reason it's just not gonna happen. But people here are more simple, and I like that about this place specifically. I don't feel like we should try that hard to just exist, you know. You just can relax and be yourself a little bit, yeah.
What part of Taiwanese culture do you find mostly interesting?
I want to know more about how Han people and Aboriginal people here, how they develop their relationship, and how they like communicated, and how they basically influence each other, like in culture. I mean, that sounds really research-like, but I definitely want to like know more about tribes and everything.
If you are to introduce any Russian culture in Taiwan, what part of the Russian culture would you wish Taiwanese could adopt?
The culture of getting together on any celebration and like prepare a full table of dishes and and just eat together. And in general, for some reason, we really like to assembling, together.
In Russia, you
Yeah,
like
yeah,
to come
yeah,
together.
yeah. We like to come together. Yeah, we also have like a mushroom gathering culture. Like in autumn, we go to forests and pick up mushrooms. I swear, that's like fun activity. Okay, that's what we do for sure. And berries.
What was your most awkward moment in Taiwan?
I don't get awkward easily. I mean, I get I cringe easily, but it's not that it's like I'm struggling with it. But I have a lot of small moments when I just came here. I was in the mindset that I know Chinese language because I had been studying it for 4 years in my college. But then, of course, I had 3 years of not studying it. But for some reason, I was in the mindset that, you know what, you have really good base, and that's enough to survive. You're gonna be fine. Horrible things started happening right from the beginning with the taxi driver. It was like the middle of pandemic. Taxi driver had to get me from Taoyuan to Kaohsiung 5 hours by car, and I could not communicate. He was my first struggle. He asked me to write my name. I signed the paper, the receipt or something, and he was like, no, because in Russia we have signature, but he wanted me to sign my name.
Yeah.
And I signed the signature, and he was like, what is that? That doesn't even look like your name. Yeah. And I was like, I don't understand what you want from me. Don't. Yeah, and this happened a lot, like just little small, little small miscommunications around here when you on buying stuff and someone asks you, 你要载具吗? Or something. I was like, 载具?
What is that?
Yeah, it's like the cloud for receipts. Yeah. I was, oh my god, my brain hurts. But then, because it happens every day, I'm like, okay, yeah, no, 谢谢不用. Especially recently, I was in the mindset that you need to speak more Chinese. And when people somewhere in the post, post office or in the bank, they started to trying to speak English with me. I'm like, no, 谢谢，可不可以说中文? And they start speaking, thinking that I'm good in Chinese, and they started speaking Chinese to me, and I'm like, oh my god, 听不懂. But that's probably.
And what part of Taiwanese culture do you find hard to adapt to?
It was hard for me to get the thing that people are so, how to say, family oriented, kinda, because in Russia it's like, I'm not saying you turn 18 and you get out of your home, forever and live alone. No, it doesn't happen like this. Usually in Russia we stay at home, our family home, and they kind of family parents, they help you through your college, but after college, people slowly tend to separate from your parents. It's not what I saw in Taiwan with Taiwanese people, especially guys who tend to live with their mother up until, I don't know, 30 plus. That's at least that's my experience. Okay, we don't do it like that. I'm not saying it's wrong, but also I'm not saying it's right, because I don't understand how you can date or have any kind of relationship, with your parents present. That was really hard to accept, but I understand that I have my culture, they have their culture, and we should all respect each other. So
Okay, you talked about dating. Are you single right now?
yeah.
And,
that's not an advert for anything. Okay?
not an
That's
advert.
Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, I'm single.
Any nice guy out there who is looking for a beautiful Russian girl, you can hit Natalia up. How is it like living in Taiwan as a Russian, especially with this ongoing crisis?
Yeah, I had a lot of encounters, especially when it's just started. People tend to get curious and they ask you 你从哪里来的, right? And you're answering from Russia, and they're like dead silence, like grave face and nothing. I was like doing my hair one day, and the girl who was like doing this, she was like, but why did you guys start the war? Why did you guys all support Putin, and why do you guys do this? And I was like, we don't have democracy in Russia, right? So just people here, they're so democratic, you know, by the nature, because they were raised in this culture, and I think it's hard for them to imagine how things can be different. Yeah. At some point I felt like I should lie about where I'm from, which is not a good sign.
Do you have anything else to tell Taiwanese people?
I wanted to tell that I genuinely believe that Taiwanese people are super nice to foreigners, and I believe that Taiwanese people in general are really friendly. I know that's so cliched, like probably everyone already said it a million times, but I just was really happy about how people treat each other here and how peaceful here it is, and how like the crime rate, I don't know what the crime rate here, but it's for sure extremely low. I've never been harassed. I can walk out of the door and at night and feel like peaceful, like absolutely normal, you know, going around the places. I can drive here. I can drive my motorcycle and something like this. Of course stuff happens, but I feel like here is guys, you're doing really good here in Taiwan, and I just wanted to tell 加油 and keep it up, because you're already really good.
All right, thank you very much, and welcome to Taiwan.
谢谢。